Trump, abandon the trade deal if China does not keep its promise. U.S. President Donald Trump has warned China to keep its promise of spending $200 billion on Chinese goods despite the slowdown in economic growth due to the impact of the pandemic. According to the South China Morning Post, President Donald Trump emphasized that China accepted the agreement thanks to U.S. tax orders in an online poll of voters. He asserted that the minimum taxing strategy is the best negotiating tool we have never used. Under the terms of the first U.S.-China trade agreement, Washington accepted to stop plans to impose tariffs on $155 billion of imports from China, while reducing tariffs to 7.5% of $120 billion goods. The U.S. maintains a 25% tax rate previously applied with $250 billion of Chinese goods. In return, Beijing officials pledged to increase purchases of American goods and services more than 2 years in 2017 with a total difference of at least $200 billion, including $40 billion of agricultural products. However, some voters worry that China will not keep its commitment to buy U.S. goods and services because the economy has suffered badly from the pandemic. We will need to consider what is happening, for purchase commitments, after the past. They have taken advantage of our country. Now they have to, and if they don't, we will abandon the agreement. Very simple, he warned in the Fox News program. In the audience's questions sent to the program, there are also doubts about the origin of the coronavirus that caused COVID-19. In response to U.S. voters, Trump continued to hint that China intentionally allowed the virus to spread beyond its territory, despite avoiding the hypothesis that the SARS-CoV-2 virus originated in a laboratory in Wuhan. I personally think that China has made a terrible mistake. It is very possible, at that time, that they are trying to put out the fire, but have not been able to put out the fire, he said. China has mistreated the world. They stop accepting people into China but do not ban people from going to the US and going around the world, he said. You can't fly from Wuhan to Beijing or anywhere else in China, but you can go from Wuhan, the biggest trouble, to other parts of the world. What is this? President Trump commented. The US leader said that China, after realizing that the epidemic would have a major impact on the country, thought let's just let the rest of the world get in trouble, the South China Morning Post reported. He also revealed a very convincing report will soon be published and shows in our opinion exactly what happened. He promised the report would be conclusive.